the reason why a lot of learning and development doesn't happen is because it's not budgeted for. And it's not budgeted for because it's not usually seen as a fire. There's a lot of reactivity in the way that we run business today because change is happening so rapidly. And learning development tends to be a long-term investment or a maintenance investment. And so it's a little bit like, I'm not going to change the oil of my car because I don't want to spend the money and I don't really experience some immediate impact if I do it because it's preventative. But if I don't take care of my car, then it's going to break down. And that's what we're seeing is we're seeing organizations who their only mode of evolving the organization is to bring in new talent. I'm all for bringing in new talent intentionally to stretch what the organization can do and how they think. But when it's just the only way that you can get talent in, something's wrong there. And when we want people to be engaged and committed, and the amount of just institutional knowledge that sits in an organization, if you're not investing in the people there that they can grow and they can expand their careers with the organization or company, then why would they stay? Or if they stay, why would they be committed? So, I see that as a big sign as to how you're running your budget is where does learning and development show up in your budget? And for those of you that work in the learning and development field, this is not all of you, but I know that as I've gone into those conversations, I have found a resistance or just a dislike for having to talk about the money side of what we do. And we're usually a support function in an organization, and we're there to provide a service. And I think sometimes we miss what it means to run a small little business within a larger business, that we have to be able to market what it is that we do. We have to be able to show how it positively impacts what the goals are. And it's not a black and white, if we teach them this, they can immediately do that, because there's so many other factors to it, how the development gets supported on the job and that type of thing. But we have to be able to show some connection to the goals, and also be able to help our leaders think about what's a sound investment in their development? What value can they get out of the development? So on a spreadsheet somewhere, it makes sense. And we can't, I know that's not my favorite, spreadsheets are not my favorite side of learning development, but I have to be able to speak to that, or else why would an organization invest in it? And so think about that while you're budgeting this year. Where is learning and development sitting on that spreadsheet?